Happy New Year's, guys! I'm so sorry I haven't posted in like 3 weeks. Immediately after my last video, I was struck down by a terrible plague. The acute bronchitis kind, not the DVD kind. I wanted to get back into the groove of things with a simple video, so let's get into it with anonymous mode. What is it? Why is it? Whatever, all that. Anonymous mode in DBD is a setting that you can enable or disable where your username is hidden from anyone that you're not in a party with. To everyone else, your username just turns into whatever your character's name is. When this mode first came out, I sort of wrote it off as being used for two purposes. For streamers, to avoid stream snipers, and for people to act or play in a toxic way without having their name tied to their actions. It's definitely used for both of these purposes, but anonymous mode is like a digital mask. As regular viewers might know, I'm an anxious person, practically falling apart at the seams. And man, putting on this mask can make a world of difference to avoid scary parts of the game. And when I say scary, I don't mean the traditional horror sense, I mean the socially awkward sense. While I was sick, I barely played the game, so going back into it, I really had to shake the rust off. And I'm scared of people harshly judging how bad I am at Killer and Survivor and making broad assumptions about my personality because of it. And with one click of a button, bam! Most of the weight off my shoulders. I can try out unfamiliar killers, which I did, and I lost. I can also play killers that are super unpopular to face without too much guilt. And the best part is, if you do face toxicity, it's entirely contained within the game or the endgame chat. Because they can't find you. In the past, I would see angry opponents leave comments on YouTube, try and message me on Steam, send whispers on Twitch. The toxicity infected other parts of my digital world, and it made DBD feel less appealing to play because it felt like all this bad stuff was coming from it. But now, it's cut off at the source, and I can play Ghoul without fear of death threats. That isn't a dig at survivors. Everyone has the capacity of being toxic, as is the way of the internet and humanity as a whole. And anonymous mode isn't a cure-all solution to dealing with anxiety or toxicity. I can absolutely still lose and get tilted, I just don't have my name attached to it. Especially having such a high hour count, I worry that people would see that and assume that I'm supposed to be like good at the game or something. Another bonus, as a regular solo queue survivor enjoyer, I don't get in my head about running off-meta perks. I don't know, I like whimsical and chill survivor perks, but sometimes playing solo queue, I worry that people will think I'm slowing down the team by not running the strongest perks, even though I'm trying so hard not to slow down the team. And maybe my teammates will think that, but that anger will be targeted at a nameless Aurela Rose, or Elodie Ricardo, rather than a real Sage with a fragile heart. Using anonymous mode does have its downsides. It lessens my ability to genuinely connect with people after a particularly fun match. I can't remember the last time I had an awesome teammate on solo queue and then we added one another and continued to play. Now it's just a lot of one-off interactions that stick with me, but never go anywhere beyond that trial. I decided to send out a message to my Discord community to get some insight into how they feel about anonymous mode. So let's go over some answers in the community corner. This is a new section I'm trying out, bear with me. As expected, quite a few folks associate anonymous mode with people using cheats or being generally rude. Some people have also used it as a way to deal with killer anxiety or trying out new characters without fear. A concerning amount of people use it because they don't want to get flack for playing a specific character, namely Ghoul or Krasu. Listen, some killers aren't going to be fun to go against. That doesn't mean they shouldn't be played. At the end of the day, your enjoyment and fun with this game is the most important deciding factor in how you play it. A community member described anonymous mode as giving you a layer of distance between you and the game, and I think that's a good way of putting it. Sort of holding DBD at arm's length. Now, there does seem to be a really high correlation between people using anonymous mode and then being an asshole. Unfortunately, this might be an inevitable outcome if we give people these digital masks to hide their identities. It's an online game. People should be able to hide their usernames and engage with the game however much or little as they please. And a small percentage of folks will take that privacy option and use it to generally be a nuisance, whether that be by being really rude in endgame chat, or playing in a toxic manner, or cheating. The way that I use it is to protect my peace and sacrifice a little bit of connection with my opponents, and that's a fair trade-off. People are kind of crazy about DBD lately. All the doom posting and anger and negativity can really get to you, and then we take it out on each other and everyone's having a bad time. But this Carlos pointed at my pride flag and nodded at me. and I serenaded this ace with bardic inspiration. And I saw this Freddy actively make the decision not to tunnel for the sake of my team's enjoyment. Or to get a challenge. I don't know, but it was nice either way. The Dead by Daylight I know and love is still around. It's just a little harder to find because of all of the chaos and restlessness of the community after a rough year. I have high hopes for 2026 because being hopeful feels better than being cynical and assuming everything will fall apart and that nothing matters. My 2026 resolutions are to play 2 games of Twins and reach 10 billion subscribers, so check that off. Alright, that's all of the hopefully connected string of consciousness thoughts I got for y'all. Wait, don't go yet, I need to thank my Ko-Fi supporters. Thank you Fajitas, Bashi, Hammock, Nelson, Cats, Rats, Leo, Herpington, Thief, Ulrin, Purit, Jonathan, Ramen, Madam, Clover, Mazer, Silver, Dingo, Souza, Fluffy, and Gwen for the support. Y'all are the reason I'm able to get all this cool art, so thank you so much. If you stuck around this far, thank you so much. Here are some cute guinea pigs. Have a wonderful day and take care of yourselves.